Hello first graders, welcome to a new math lesson. We are in topic 12, lesson 5, use reasoning. Okay, for this lesson we will be using another object or another item to measure it. In the previous lesson you learned how to use connecting cube. We measure the objects and we count how many connecting cubes. Today we will be learning how to use paper clip. And as you look at the picture here for the connecting cube and the paper clip, which one is more longer or shorter? So for example, this is my connecting cube and this is my paper clip. So if I'm measuring any items using connecting cubes and then I measure the same item using paper clip, what do you think I will use more? I will use more connecting cubes or more paper clip? All right, we're gonna estimate again using the word estimate and measuring. So we're gonna choose items, we're gonna measure it. First estimate how many paper clip and how many connecting cube. And then after that, we're gonna measure and see if my measurement or my estimation was right or close to or not. Again, this lesson, everyone will have different answer because everyone using different objects. So what I'm doing, I'm just showing you how to use the items, how to use the paper clip, how to use the connecting cubes, and then I have my objects. You can have something else to use and to measure. So again, I'm saying that this lesson, again, it's going to be the first page will be different also measurement and different numbers, and inside the rest of the exercise activities that you having the picture, and we'll be using the connecting cubes and we'll be using that paper clip. So if you have the same size of the paper clip, your answer will be more or less like mine. If you have bigger or smaller, your answer could be different. But again, this is because the item or the object that you are using to measure is different than what I have. But the most important that you understand how to do it, and the answer is vary and it's different from objects and also the size of your connecting cubes or of your paper clip. So now let's do just something to understand that this is the measurement of the paper clip and this is the measurement of the connecting cube. So as you see, the paper clip is bigger than connecting cube. So if I'm measuring something using paper clip, I'll be using less paper clip than if I'm measuring the same item using connecting cubes. All right, so let's see. I have here my crayons and I'm gonna use connecting cubes. I think I need one more. So I put it here. It's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's about 5 connecting cube. Okay. Now, if I'm gonna use paper clip, and please, if you have younger siblings, make sure that when you do this exercise, they're not close to you, and it's you need someone actually, adults to be around you if you're gonna use paper clip, because it's easy to lose and if you have a younger sibling around you. So make sure that you have an adult to help you to do that. But this is another way for me to do it, that I make them like a chain so they stay together, and I'm gonna measure my my crayons. Actually, I need to make it shorter. So if I use paper clip, my crayons is about 3. Very good, 3 paper clip. But if I used connecting cubes, it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you first need to estimate and then you're gonna measure. But I did this because I want you to see that the cube, as you see here, is less or smaller than the paper clip. So if I measure the same items using 2 different items to measure, the paper clip and the connecting cube, it will be different. It's not going to be the same because the paper clip is longer and bigger than the connecting cube. So what you're going to do, you're going to choose your item first, and then you're going to estimate how many connecting cube, how many paper clip. Then you're going to use your paper clip and use your connecting cubes, measure your item, and then write it down here. And you're going to always see that you use more connecting cubes than paper clip, regardless what item you're going to measure. All right, so you can do anything. You can use a pencil. So this could be one object also, because you have 3 exercises. You can use an eraser. You can use a marker. And then again, you can use your connecting cubes and then your paper clip. Okay, so as I told you, this exercise, the first page, exercise 1 and 3, it's going to be always different because you're using different objects and maybe your paper clip is different size. Well, I would rather you have the regular size, not the big size, because for this exercise we need just the normal paper clip size, not the big one. We have there. Okay, read and understand. Do you need more connecting cubes or more paper clip to measure the length of the toy boat? Remember, we agree that the paper clip is longer than the connecting cubes. So if I'm using connecting cubes, do you think I will use more connecting cubes? Or if I'm using paper clip, I will be using more paper clip. Let's go. Compare the cube and the paper clip. That's what we did. We hold paper clip and we hold the cube, and we find out that the paper clip is longer than cube, the connecting cube. So the cubes are shorter, so we need more connecting cubes. So if I'm gonna measure the boat using only connecting cubes, I will use more connecting cubes than using paper clip. So now let's find out. Measuring the connecting cube, measuring the boat using connecting cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I used 5 connecting cubes. But for paper clip, they use 3 paper clip, and I have 3 paper clip. All right. So if you're gonna do it this way, or if you're gonna have them loose next to each other, please make sure that when this one end, you start with the next one right away. You don't leave big gap, and then you put the third one. And again, as I told you, if you have younger siblings, please make sure that you're not doing this exercise and they are around you, okay? Because it's easy to lose one of these paper clips. Okay, now we have the exercise, page 402. So we have 3 pictures, and they say circle the estimate, measure to check. So you're estimating here this flower, and then they say, do you think you're gonna use more connecting cubes or more paper clip? So you estimate. So what you do, you said, I think it's about 6 connecting cubes and let's say 5 paper clip. And then after that you measure, so you find that yes, you used more connecting cubes. All right, over here, number 2, we have the same thing. You're gonna first estimate, do not measure it, just look at it. I think how many cube for the acorn? I think 3 connecting cubes and maybe 2 paper clip. All right, so let's see, is it 3 connecting cubes? Connecting cubes, and I thought it's going to be 2 per clip, but when I measured, I found it's 2 connecting cubes and only 1 paper clip. Okay. Okay, do you understand together? Would you need fewer cubes or fewer paper clips to measure the length of your arm? So the length of your arm, what do you think? You need fewer, like you gonna measure using fewer paper clip or fewer connecting cube? As we know that the paper clips, they're longer than the cubes, so you will be using fewer of the paper clip to measure the length of your arm. So let's put this paper here. So my answer, I think we will be using fewer paper clips. Why? Because we agree and we find out that the paper clips are longer than the cubes. So when I measure the length of my arm, I'll be using, so I will be using fewer paper clips. Because we know that the paper clip longer than the connecting cubes. All right, over here, number 3, you need to estimate. So I think it's about 5 connecting cubes and 4 paper clip. So I thought 5 and 4. Now let's measure it. Now it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 connecting cubes. And let's see how many paper clip. About 3 paper clips. So like that. Now I estimate it, I measure it. Now what do I need to do? I need to see which one is fewer. Did I use fewer paper clip or fewer paper clip or fewer connecting cubes? Fewer. So you're gonna circle fewer. All right, over here, grasshopper. Again, estimate, think how many, measure, put your number here, how many connecting cubes, how many paper clip, about, and then which one fewer we circle. Okay, so let's see. It's about 3 connecting cubes, so I'm gonna put 3 next to the connecting cubes, and let's measure using the paper clip. How many paper clip? About 2 paper clip. So 2 paper clips and 3 connecting cubes. Which one is fewer? The paper clip. Okay. Turn the page and see next exercise. Carmen made a sundial. How long is the picture of the shadow? This is the shadow. Use the objects to solve. So we're going to use connecting cubes and we're going to use paper clip. So connecting cubes, again, I'm going to measure using my connecting cubes. This is the shadow. It's about 3 connecting cubes. So I'm going to write here 3 paper clips. Let's use my paper clip. It's about 2 paper clips. All right. Again, I told you this answer could be different if you're using different cubes or different size paper clip. But the most important thing, you know how to do it. You know which one is fewer. You circle the fewer or more. It depends on the question. All right, number 6. Which object would it take the most to measure? The length of the bench. Which one you need more? If I use crayons to measure, if I use shoes to measure, if I use pencil to measure. So if I'm measuring my bench, this bench, I'm going to use crayons, I'm going to use pencil, and I'm going to use paper clip and shoes. So which one you think it will take more? Of course, taking more from the smallest size, and the smallest size among these 4 items, it's the paper clip. So we will be taking, if I'm measuring this sofa or the bench and I'm using paper clip, I will use more paper clips than crayons, and then pencil, and then shoes. So A is the right answer. Over here, choose a classroom object, draw the object, then measure the object with cubes and paper clips to find out about how long it is. So you can use anything. If you can use a book, for example, or a pencil box, or whatever you like, and then draw it. So you're gonna show me what did you choose to measure, and then measure the actual book, the actual thing that you have, measure it using connecting cubes and paper clip. All right. Okay, so today's exercise was using different items and units to measure. So usually we use the previous lesson, we used the connecting cubes, but today we had that paper clip. And as I told you, the object, you can choose whatever you like. And again, I did not put the numbers or the measurement because what I use, it's different than what you have. I just want you to see how to do it. And we find that, and we know now the connecting cube is smaller than the paper clip. So if I'm measuring these crayons, I will be taking more connecting cubes than paper clips. So let's do that so you have it as an example. So for example, this is my crayons, and it's about 4 connecting cubes. So it's about 4. And this is my crayons. I'm gonna write here crayon. And then for paper clip, let's see how many paper clip we will use to measure the crayons. As we see, 1, 2, 3, we use less paper clip. And then you're gonna circle to use. All right, that's it for today, first graders. Thank you. Bye-bye.